Hey guys, it's me again. Welcome to the This Is My Moment podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Mitchell. And here at This Is My Moment, we love having a good time. We love smiling, and we encourage you to be positive.
There ain't no stopping it. This is my moment. Join the movement. We bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better.
Today, man, I have someone that is a friend of a member of someone that I care about. So when they told me, hey, you got to try to get this young lady on the camera, right? I was like, uh-oh. I hope she's ready for what we bring. It's energy over here, right? But they told me, they was like, you got to get her. She's somebody. And I love people. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Angie Reay. I'm the director of Rec Sports and Wellness Center at Midwestern State University here in Wichita Falls, Texas. I am not originally from here. I'm originally from Kansas, small little town, Cimarron, about 1,800 people. I went to a junior college, played a couple years of basketball, transferred here to Midwestern State to play basketball, and never left. Stayed here, worked here, met my husband here, and now we're raising our two beautiful daughters here. And so we love everything about being here. So that's why we've stayed. Neither one of us are from here. My husband's from Plano, and we love it. It's just great. It's all been great.
So let me ask you this. What makes it great?
I think for me, the people that I get to work with,
right,
that I get to surround myself with,
right,
that I've just met over all of these years.
Right.
I've worked at the university for about 17 years,
okay,
and I have met thousands of students, work with so many amazing people, and so I think it's just the people here in town. It feels like a small town, even though it's 100,000 people. Yeah. But that's what I enjoy about it. It's just the people that I get to be around.
I dig it. So let me ask you this. So inside of This Is My Moment, I talk a lot about compartmentalization, right? And being an instructor and a director, and your husband working at the school, right? How do you compartmentalize your life to where it's not bleeding over? You know what I mean? To give yourself that separation. What do you do?
I think for me, what I like to do is if I'm doing, say I'm going to go work out.
Right.
That's what I'm doing in that moment.
Yeah.
If it is about family time, it's about family time.
Right.
If it's at my job, it's my job. I don't like to cross things over, and I try to leave work at work. It's really hard sometimes when I oversee a facility that's open, not 8 to 5.
Right.
But when that needs to be the focus. I'm in school right now. So if it's school, then it's school right then.
Right.
And so that's how I kind of compartmentalize each part of my life. I focus with what I'm supposed to be doing with that.
So you said it, right? You said so much. That means you got a lot going on. That's what it looked like. So I'm gonna have to read this, and if I miss something, let me know.
Okay.
Director, Recreational Sports and Wellness. You married to the MSU women's basketball head coach. Hey, let's go Mustangs. Shout out. I got you. Coach Ray, you're working on your doctorate. A mother of 2. Sister. Did I miss something?
I don't know. I think the only thing that I would think was missed is the multiple hats that I wear at work.
Goodness gracious.
I would have the best, I do have the best job on campus.
Right.
But I would have the best job on campus if I was just over Rec Sports and Wellness.
Right.
I teach over the College of Education.
Okay.
So I teach the kinese and physical activity class that all the education majors take.
Right.
I oversee all camps and conferences that occur on campus.
Okay.
We oversee anything with youth that are on or off campus, so interaction with the kids on campus. We oversee that. Not so fun job, but an important job. I'm a Title IX investigator, so any kind of incidents that happen on campus, I help with those. And as we all like to say, other duties as assigned.
Let me ask you this, man. Like, I minimized with what I read. Oh, yes, I did. How do you have your work-life balance, man? Like, that's a lot of stuff. It's only 24 hours in a day, right? How are you all of those things and still a mom and still working on your doctor? Like, to me, work-life balance is never work-life balance. In order to be great, I believe that something's going to get a lot of your time, right? So you can be a fantastic mom, right? But that means you have to get off work 5 or 6, and sometimes work may take you to 7, right? How do you have a work-life balance that fits what you're trying to do in life?
I think with me, it's never been about balance. Nothing gets a percentage. Nothing gets weighed more than the other.
Right.
I think for me, it's my work ethic,
Mm-hmm.
and you just make it happen. I think that sometimes people are just scared to work.
Yeah.
And so, like I said before, when it's work, I'm working, and
Yeah.
I'm going to get everything done I possibly can. Let's move on to the next thing. And so I don't think there's never balance.
Yeah.
It's just wherever my mind and my focus needs to be for that time.
Yeah. That's your moment.
Yeah.
Oh man, that, you know what? I've never looked at it like that. Like, I've always thought about, so Patrick as a person, if I want to be a good dad, that means when I'm at work, I have to make sure that I don't miss the kids' game, right? So that's important to me, seeing my kids play ball and having them see dad in the stands. I think that's huge, right? And I've always believed, because I've never looked at it that way, man. I appreciate that. So let me ask you this. With all that going on, what's one thing that you think people misunderstand about you?
That I have it all together. Because I do all of these things.
Yeah.
And I cry.
Right?
I cry.
Right?
I get angry sometimes. I
Yeah.
get frustrated.
Yeah.
But I think with anybody, people see what they want to see.
Right.
So it's like, well, we'll just give Angie this task because we know she's a hard worker and it's going to get done.
Right.
What they don't see probably sometimes on the flip side is, oh my gosh, how many more times are you going to ask?
Yeah.
You know? And so for me, it's, I don't know. I mean, I just put the work in. But I think that people perceive that sometimes as, I'll just kind of do whatever.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to get done.
Yeah.
Which can be frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to be that go-to person.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. Man, that's rough. So let me ask you this. On those hard days, right? On those hard days when you just had it and they're just overtasking and you got games and kids have games, because I saw your kids play ball too. So I know I saw it. What keeps you going? What keeps you motivated?
Them.
Your kids?
My kids. My
Dig it.
husband.
Yeah.
I grew up and it was all about family.
Yeah.
So when I grew up, it was my mom, dad, and sister.
Yeah.
And we took care of each other.
Right.
And that's what you do.
Yeah.
And so while the work might be frustrating, I might be stretched thin more days than not.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever I can to take care of my family. And that's what keeps me going.
You know what I like to hear is family. Like, I'm a huge family guy, right? Like, I grew up, I'm the oldest. So growing up, how we grew up, I took a lot of the burden because my pops wasn't there, right? So a lot of the burden that my mom had, I took on. So me being family oriented was huge on my list, and everything that I've done was to try to make other people better that's inside of my family circle, man. So when you talk about family, I get it. And you know what? That's my humbling piece too. Whenever stuff gets bad, I go to my folks, the people that I grew up with, that knows the struggle inside of me, and that knows that person before MSU, before coaching, right?
Yep.
Right? That's the people I go to also, man. It's crazy how they can tell you the same thing, right, that someone else can tell you, but coming from them because they know where your heart is, right? So that, to me, man, is huge. So good for you for having a circle that you can go to, right?
Absolutely.
But let me ask you this. This is family oriented because we family. I heard you was a hooper. Uh-oh. I heard you was a hooper.
I was.
No, don't say was. Once a hooper, always a hooper, right?
I was, yeah.
What position you play?
Shooting guard, forward, a little bit of post.
You had some follow through?
I was the 3-point.
Kill him. Man.
I grew up around it. My dad loved it. I mean, it wasn't uncommon to just go out and shoot in the driveway, go to the gym and play. I loved it. I mean, I absolutely, everything about the game I love.
Yeah.
Just getting to be around people, enjoying the game, being good at the game.
Oh, toot.
I had an amazing just opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that goes back to my work ethic.
Right.
I knew what I needed to do to get it done. I was a multi-sport athlete,
Mm.
so it just kind of, I don't want to say it came natural. I put the work in,
Right.
but I knew that work ethic is what was going to get me to the next level.
Okay.
And so I had the great opportunity to go play at a junior college
Mhm.
in Kansas. It was only 30 minutes from where I grew up,
Right.
and so in Garden City.
Mhm.
And I was very thankful for my coach there,
Right.
Coach Bobby Brazel, gave me the opportunity. We were conference regional champs my freshman year, and
Dig
we
it.
ended up 4th in the nation for JUCO. So
Okay.
made the national tournament, and that was awesome. And then Coach Shannon Burks gave me an opportunity to come play down here and
Right.
play on a full ride scholarship.
Look
And
at
so
you.
it was all great. I mean, I knew that it was just going to be the 4 years, and that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
But it was going to help me pay for school.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I knew that was the number one thing. So, but I loved it. I loved all my teammates. I loved the experience. We could sit here for hours, and I could tell you just crazy stories about basketball.
Yeah.
And that's my other family, though.
Yeah.
I have a group that I played with here.
Mhm.
We get together. I mean, we just got together a few months ago,
Right.
and we stay in touch. We
Right.
group text. I mean, that is family. We lived on the court together. We took classes together. We took care of each other.
Yeah.
That was my basketball family, and they'll forever be my family.
You know what? What's funny, right, that you say it, is you've been hitting on a lot of points that we emphasize here at This Is My Moment. And one of them is having family that's not blood,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So it's funny how you say that, because we talk about it all the time when I do these speeches and I do these infographics and I talk about the people that's inside of your life. They don't have to have the same blood as you for you guys to be family. And that to me, again, is a huge part of keeping yourself in a position where you can continually excel, because you got those people in your life, right? That's genuine,
Yes.
right? They're not there to make you feel good. Like sometimes they hurt your feelings
Yes,
with
they
the
do.
truth, right?
Yes, they do.
Right? But you keep them.
Yep.
Because you know what they're telling you is from a place of genuineness,
Yep.
right?
We take care of each other.
And that's what it is, man. So you living This In My Moment. If you know it or not, I'm going to just put that out there.
Love it.
So let me ask you this. Every hooper knows their high, right?
Yeah.
What was your highest you ever gave them? When you gave them the business, what was your stat line?
Probably one of my favorite games I played in here. God, there were a lot.
You was hooping like that?
We were well. The most
Yes.
points I had in a game was like 24.
That ain't bad.
But probably one of my favorite games, even though we lost,
Mhm.
we were down in Florida playing in a tournament.
Right.
We played in Emporia State University, and they're from Kansas.
Yes, they are.
So I really enjoyed playing against, my home state and some girls that I had grown up playing against
Right.
and everything. But we went into, I think, either double or triple overtime. We ended up losing, but it was a great game.
Right.
I had probably one of my best games my senior year that game. So I felt really good about that. Against a Kansas school.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, my senior year was a good year, and my freshman year was a good year.
I dig
Middle
it.
years were struggles.
I dig it. That's amazing. Yeah, you know what's fun? I think everybody that's any kind of sports person, right? Like if you've hooped in high school and college, or you did semi-pro, or you whatever, you always remember. And you're right. You may not have won,
Yeah.
but you know what? That game sticks in your mind, because you know what? I still gave them the business.
And I got the VHS video proof.
I don't know if you guys know what that is. You got to stick it in the thing, right? And it has 1200 that just bleeps, because can't nobody fix it, right?
You can rewind.
Yeah. True story. I got a question for you, though. Being in school and being part of teams, right? And being from a little small town and coming into a town that's, I'm going to say medium-sized for Wichita Falls. What's one of the negatives that's happened to you that you didn't let stay negative? You turned that negative into a positive. It can be basketball. It can be work. It can be family. I know every day over here ain't the best. I got a crazy family.
I think, oh gosh. I think for me, the last 7 years have had monumental impacts where I've had to refocus and understand that I got to live
Right.
and enjoy every part of my life.
Right.
So in December, this coming December, it'll be 7 years since my dad passed away.
So, no.
He had cancer.
Mm.
6 months later, my grandmother passed away.
Mm.
Here recently, we had a really good friend passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Johnson,
Right.
our women's basketball coach,
Right.
passed away. So
Heavy.
very instrumental people in my life
Yeah.
are gone.
Yeah.
And I think talking about family is, yeah, I could dwell on that and shut down and just hate the world and hate everything and
Yeah.
blame everybody and everything.
Right.
But for me, it's how do I give back? You know, we did a
Mm-hmm.
lot of campaigns with Coach Johnson and awareness for ovarian cancer.
Right.
And making sure that, you know, women are getting checked early and
Right.
those kinds of things. My dad, he had colon cancer, and so I went and got checked. I'd never had checks before, and I told my doctor, I said, you better start checking me for everything. Like, I want to be here as long as I possibly can.
Right. Right.
This last summer, my niece, who was a surprise baby,
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole story for a whole other probably time, that's a whole story within itself, got diagnosed with leukemia last summer.
Oh, goodness.
Today she went to her first day of kindergarten.
Oh, that's a
She's
blessing.
the strongest little girl I know.
Blessing.
And so just, while those are terrible, tragic things,
Right.
trying to figure out how to use those to help other people.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, my work ethic is
Mm-hmm.
one of my core values, and helping and teaching other people,
Yeah.
no matter what the platform is.
Dig it.
So whether that's teaching my job, helping my kids, helping my husband, as long as it's teaching and learning and
Right.
helping empower, I'm all for it.
Dig it. That's heavy. So I'm gonna ask you one question, then I'm gonna read something to you, and I'm hoping that it makes you cry. I'm gonna try.
Right.
But I want to ask you this: what's your go-to quote? Like, what's your quote that no matter if it's your dad, if it's your family going through hard times, if your kid is having a bad day in sports, or your husband just took a loss and it was one that he wanted to win, or if your supervisor came and now you like, man, who motivates me? What's your go-to quote? What's your thing that gets you back on track?
I have two.
Go ahead.
My first is go big or go home.
I dig it.
And it's not necessarily being boastful or
Mm-hmm.
doing big things. It's about do it or don't.
Yeah.
Get it done, take care of business, do what you need to do, or don't.
That is.
I mean, it's one way or another. There's
Yeah.
no middle ground.
Yeah.
And then I think you asked me how I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me.
How you doing?
Living the dream, baby.
Ah, I see it.
And that's it. You gotta live for the moment. You gotta
Yeah.
do the things that make you happy. It's kind of sad when people just keep doing the same things over and over again
Man.
that they're not happy doing.
Man,
And
ain't it?
so sometimes the dream is not the greatest every day.
Right.
Sometimes we're living a little bit of a nightmare. But most of the time we're living the dream. We have amazing jobs. We have amazing kids. We have
Right.
a great family. We have a roof over our head. We have
Right.
food in our bellies.
Right.
I don't know what else you need.
Pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
So, I told you when we first started, we had a couple people, in common, me and you. And you may not know this, but I know it. So I'm going to read you something, and I want you to see if you know who said it. If not, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Then I want you to tell me what you think about what they said. All right?
Okay.
Bear with me.
Okay.
So Angie Reay played at MSU way back when they were the Indians. She's from Kansas. She played 2 years of JUCO ball there. She's a workhorse. She strives for greatness in everything that she pursues. She worked for housing. She worked for housing and moved up there, worked in the wellness center, and now running the entire place while she's pursuing her PhD and being a full-time mom. I mean, she's one that doesn't back down from adversity. She'd rather look it in the eye. She's caring and really leads a hand to anyone that needs it, like me. Angie Reay is damn near invincible. That's what I got from someone that we both know.
gosh.
Who do you think we both know that would say something that spectacular about
I
you?
don't even know who would say that about me. Oh,
Someone we
gosh.
both know though.
Oh,
That there, and I wasn't gonna read it until she sent it to me. It's a female. She sent it to me, and I was like, I'm not paraphrasing none of this. She's finna get the entire speech.
oh my god.
Who do you think thinks of you in such high regard?
Oh, I have no idea.
Do you know a young lady named Toy?
I love Toy Truck.
She is a follower of This Is My Moment. She's a family member of mine, and she's family and not blood. When I first got here, she was the girls' coach at Christ Academy, and I was the boys' coach. And when she went to MSU, I became the assistant girls' coach because she left. The system moved up. And I stay in touch with Toy all the time. And when Ashley told me that you were going to be my guest, right, I reached out to her. I was like, hey, tell me something. Give me something on her, right? And she wrote me this. And I said, you know what? This is fantastic. These are the kind of people that help change and rewrite the narrative that we want to see our kids grow into. So you know what, man? You may not toot your own horn, but you got folks in your circle that toot it for you. So congratulations, man, on being a person that people look up to and that they admire and they love being friends and family with. So congratulations. And I told you, I got her. I told you.
Yeah, she is amazing. She's going to do great things.
She is.
She is going to do amazing things. Even though we're going to be in the same conference.
She's up in Arkansas.
She is going to be amazing.
Shout out, Toy. We love you.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't even know what to say.
Don't worry about it. Your smile says, and I told you I was gonna get you.
You did.
Like I told you. So I'm gonna lighten the mood up a little bit, but before I do, I want you to remember, man, like you don't have to toot your horn, man. People admire you. People love you. So and if the people that I respect you, you got it from me, sister. Congratulations. You just made a family member. But now I want to get into the part of the conversation that I like. Because I like putting people on the spot. This is the deal, guys. The questions that I actually already had them. So she had a chance to read them and study up, right? But these next three might get her. So we're going to do a little game. We used to call it word association, right? I'm going to say a word or a phrase or give you a word, and you have to pick one. And then tell me why you picked it.
Okay.
All right? So you told me you were the director of, let me see, make sure I get your title right, Recreational, Sports, and Wellness, correct?
Yes.
Does that include intramural?
Yes.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Intramural, sports, or travel team varsity athletics, scholarship, on TV, national championship, sports. Where are you going?
National championship.
Oh, you gonna leave intramurals back?
100%.
Like, not even no question.
No.
Like that.
You should just come by the gym and watch for a little bit.
Pew, I'm gone. Okay. That wasn't. I thought that was gonna get you because you got this and you got what
family.
you.
That's my family.
That is.
The travel team. That's my family.
Love it.
Intramural. That's my job.
I dig. Second question. Kansas, Wichita Falls.
Wichita Falls.
Did you hear that, Kansas? She just told Texas. She chose Texas. I don't know. Why?
My life is here now.
Yeah.
My husband, my kids.
Right.
I'll always have my family back in Kansas.
Right.
I'll always have my friends back there, but this is where I've made my space.
Dig
my
it.
time, my family,
Dig
my thing. So
Dig it.
and I've officially been here longer than I have anywhere else. So this is my home right now.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Dig it. Okay. You own it. You brought your A game.
I tried.
So my last question is just a phrase. When I say this is my moment, what comes to your mind? What's the first thing comes to your mind? This is my moment.
I think for me, it's just my opportunity, my chance to do better, my chance to improve,
Yeah.
my chance to improve those around me.
Yeah.
I can't get better if nobody else around me is getting better.
Truth.
And so I think that is what it means to me.
Dig it. Solid. I love it. So we're done.
Okay.
But I enjoyed
Thank you.
this.
I enjoyed it.
I
This is
love
great.
I love it. And we've never met, me and you, personally, face to face, we've never met. But we just sat here for 35 minutes.
Really?
and-
It's been that long?
Exactly.
It's so good.
Exactly.
I love
And
it.
that's what I think this is my moment is, guys. You have to make sure that when you meet people, the energy that you're keeping around you matches, right? It helps you. It makes the time fun and it goes by so fast, right? So you have to enjoy your moment. Angie, thank you so much for coming out, man. I hate that I made you cry. No, I'm lying. I did. I wanted to. Somebody told me you had feelings, so I wanted to see if I could get you. Guys, if you're a student, if you're faculty over there, man, you guys got you one. You got you one. Thank you for being amazing.
Thank you so much.
Family. That's it, man. Make sure you go be great every day. Go get it.
There ain't no stopping it, this is my moment. Join the movement, we bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better.